What's up? Adam here again. This is Deer Rifle Part 2. Uh, just to clarify on the first video. So, um, yeah, I've got $5. This is for new hunters. I've got $5 so far. My first was a blacktail, uh, two by two point, with a 300 Win Mag. My second one, sorry, I'm looking at them, was my second one was a three by three mule deer. I got that with my great grandpa's 30-06. Number three was a spike whitetail, almost a 2x1, with my daughter, and I got that with my brother's 308 because my gun broke and I had to fix it. My fourth was a 2x2 mule deer with a pretty big eye guard, like an inch and a half long eye guard. That's not that big, but you know what I mean, a legal one. That was with my 270, and then the 4x3 whitetail with eye guards that I got last year was with my 270 as well. And I was spacing out my 300 Win Mag that I had like in 2014. That was my first rifle that I had. My second rifle was my 270. When I said my first rifle, I meant my first rifle in recovery when I started hunting again. Because, I went back to some of my old ways and did a little research. And, anyway, got sober again and bought my first gun, that 270. And it wasn't complete, actually. I also said that it was just the gun. It was a complete with a Remington like factory scope, and it's actually not a bad scope. I gave it to my brother for that 30-06 that our great grandpa passed down to us, and we put it on there, and it's a good scope. I just happened to get a better one from my parents, but regardless, my whole point to the last video, something I didn't mention. My whole point was you don't need a bunch of money to get in the game, people. Something I didn't mention, and I want to mention it. There are really nice guns out there that are really expensive. I mean, I've seen so many on the shelves when I go to, Sportsman's Warehouse or whatever gun shop I'm in. I mean, there's some amazing guns all the way from, $500 all the way up to 3,000-4,000 or whatever the freaking things cost. But I don't want to take away from the expensive stuff either. I don't want to take away from the expensive stuff and the quality that you're paying for. I'm not saying that I'll never buy another gun. That's not even close to what I'm saying. Someday, when I can afford it, I'll build a long range or have one of my friends, show me the right one to get for, long range, like 400 yards and beyond. Like 400 to me, long range would be 800 yards. That's freaking far. And in my lifetime, I don't know if I'll ever shoot anything that far away. That's so far away. My old boss, he got a deer at like 670 yards, I believe he said. Now, that's a long way. That's almost 700 yards. That's like crazy far away. He did that with a 270 short mag, to $1,200 just for the gun, and then I think he had another probably $1,200, if not more, into the scope. And that gun is bad. Um, I mean, he knew all the ballistics, whatever you say. It was all like he had it like on the side of the buttstock or whatever, and he could see, being out there, he could just lay it over and go, oh, here we go, I'm this far away, and range find it and do all that, and he's practiced a lot with those types of shots. Okay, well, anyway, my whole point to this video is I don't want to discourage any new hunters. Like, if you got the money and you want to get into hunting and you want to buy a gun that's $1,000, go for it, do it. Absolutely get a better quality gun if you can afford it. But if you can't and you're just trying to get into the game, then don't worry about it. Get something to get you out there. And if you've never hunted before, I don't even think that you need to be worried about taking a long range shot, because the chances, speaking from experience from me, I don't know if you're going to be able to calm yourself down enough to take a shot that's really far out there, to reach out and touch something. Even for me, I mean, I would say my limit right now that I could confidently shoot, I would say probably 300, 400 yards, maybe 450. But, I would have to really, I mean, your nerves are different when the deer's right in front of you. Speaking to the new people, your nerves are going to be different when the deer's right in front of you, and time is of the essence, and, time is of the essence, and you got to put it down, and you got seconds to do it. That's, or you're super excited, or it sees you, or whatever the case is, or, yeah, if you're running out of time and you got a little window, or if you're super close to the deer, you might be rattled a little bit. You probably will be, because I have been. And I'm not speaking for everybody, but for me, when I'm, shooting a deer, like I gotta breathe out and like clear my shakes completely to pull the trigger, because I want to make sure it's getting shot properly to the best of my ability in the right spot in the heart or lung or whatever. But you know what I'm saying. If you're new, like, you shouldn't be worried about all this advanced stuff and these long range rifles that are for like 1,000 yards out. Like, come on, man, are you really gonna do that? I have a gun right now that I could shoot it, my 270, if I really practiced. I could probably shoot it between like 400 to 600 yards, but that would take a lot of practice. I haven't been out and practiced like that with that gun, even though I intend to. But yeah, this is just part two to just choosing a deer rifle, getting a deer rifle. Like, you don't have to have this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I would say a $200 scope, a Simmons, a Redfield, a freaking Vortex, whatever's on the shelf, Leopold, however you say it. There's scopes right there on the shelf for $200. Probably you could probably get a better one on sale for right around $200. Your gun, you could probably get one. If it was me and I didn't have a lot of money, I would probably choose a Savage or a Ruger American, just because I've had them both and I really like both of them. But right there, you're like 300 to 420 bucks, I would say, max without a scope. And you could probably just get one that's complete. That's what I would look for, a complete setup, and get it on clearance or a sale or whatever. But that would get you in the game. But like I said, I don't want to take away from all the guys that, because I just don't want to be disrespectful to all the guys that actually are like, hey, don't discourage people from buying better stuff right out of the gate. Yeah, if you got the money, man, do it, Totally. I mean, for me personally, I don't know. I really do think those Tikas are pretty sweet. There's a few guns out there that I think are pretty sweet, but um, yeah, there's a lot of sweet guns. There's some sweet Brownings, Tikas, but I just personally, speaking from my perspective, like someday I would say when all my bills are paid and I got some money saved up and everything's in good order, um, I'm not behind on anything, then maybe I would talk my wife into letting me buy, I'd say maybe $1,000 gun or right around that. But I don't need that right now, you know. And yeah, it's there's another thing too I want to address to any of you new hunters, like I said before on one of the other videos, eat the meat, spit out the bones, take what you need, leave the rest. You're gonna read so much just naysaying, blah blah blah, just this back and forth crazy crap about how everybody's wrong and oh, I'm the one that's right and I'm the one that's wrong and blah blah blah. And when you just read forums about hunting, like I don't care that everybody argues online about that stuff, and that's fine. It's fine. It has its place. It's not like it's for nothing. I mean, each guy's or girl's got their own thoughts on what's right, what's wrong, what's the best, what's the worst. And a lot of them probably aren't wrong, or got it half right or whatever. But, you're going to learn through experience, and another thing too, you'll just learn through experience which gun you like or which gun you don't like. Personally, I haven't seen a gun yet that I haven't liked. Um, my great grandpa's 30-06, like, I did notice that gun kicked like crazy. Like, it freaking almost bruised me. I mean, and I guess it's because the little butt pad thing was like not even a pad. It was like a hard deal, like how they used to be back in the day. And I think when I got that mule deer with that gun, it was just like, whoa. That thing had some kick to it. So anyway, I guess this is a short video, but this is just part 2, and if you're really specific on what you're trying to do, if you're one of them guys that's super like, hey, I'm only gonna hunt from a blind, I'm only gonna hunt and be shooting standing up, I'm only gonna, if you're real particular and I'm only gonna hunt from a tree stand, or I'm only gonna shoot a long range shot, I'm not looking to get in close or whatever, then right on, buy the gun specifically to what you're doing, like a open sight 30-30 or whatever. If you're in a tree stand or whatever and you don't even want a scope, or a brush gun or whatever, it all depends, what you're doing. And sorry, I'm itching tonight. Uh, so, if you already kind of have an idea, or you got buddies that are telling you, hey, you want this, then right on. But if you want an all around just gun, get one with a scope that's not some crazy scope, just a basic, I don't know what they are, a 3 by something, or sorry, 9 by something, 9 power or whatever they call it, me personally, I mean, I shoot with a scope out of a tree stand. I just zoom all the way out, and it's, that's what I got my buck with last year. Actually, I've only got one buck from a tree stand now that I think about it. But, spent the majority of the last 2 seasons in a tree stand with a scoped rifle, is my point. And I never really thought about it. Maybe an open sight gun would have been better from a tree stand, but I didn't do that. So anyway, if this video helps somebody, just don't put too much thought into it. Like for me, I would go, it's kind of like dirt bikes and anything, it's like, do you really need a 450 when you don't even know how to ride yet? It's kind of like that to me. It's like, you don't need a freaking CRF 450 that does 120 in 4 seconds on a trail when you didn't even grow up riding dirt bikes. For me, I have a 250. I got a 250 KTM that my dad gave to me, and it's kind of beat down. I got to do some work to it, but I have ridden it with some of the guys with the 450s, and I don't care about being the fastest. I just want to go out there and have fun, and just my goal is to not wreck, and I'm happy. If I go out and I don't wreck, I'm happy. So translation, I don't need the 450 Honda rifle. I'm cool with the 250 or a, 2-stroke 125 or whatever. I don't have to have that the baddest gun out there to, that's not going to get you a deer. You got to learn how to find deer first and build. You got to build off of something. You got to build your skill set and it's like belts in Taekwondo. You don't just go straight to black belt. You got to start at the freaking white belt. I think it's white belt. I don't know. I can't remember, but you know what I'm saying. There's levels to stuff. And for me, I don't really know what level I'm at because I don't know that. But the level I'm at, that I can honestly say that I'm at, is I'm still super excited to go hunting every time I go hunting. I love it. So that's my level. But yeah, anyway, that's all for this video. Peace, and yep, hope you find a good rifle. Yeah, sight it in and get out there.